What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another video. So we're going to do a stimulus package, stimulus check update, and we're going to talk about the changes. Now, there are going to be some changes to the current stimulus package, so we'll talk about that. And then we're going to take a look at Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell spoke yesterday, and he was talking about their strategy when it comes to this next stimulus package. You guys are not going to be happy to hear this, but we're going to go ahead and share that. And then we'll talk about, quickly talk about the jobless claim numbers. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so let's go over the jobless numbers first. So we have 745,000 people filed new claims for unemployment. And that is up. That is up from the week before. The week before was 736,000. So you can see we're not moving in the right direction and things are still really bad. So that is more of the reason why we need to get a stimulus package and we need to get it done as soon as possible. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the changes when it comes to this next stimulus package. So if you remember back when the House passed the stimulus package, the qualifications were 75,000 or less for an individual. You get the full amount. So you get the full $1,400 and then it would phase out. So it would phase out up to 100,000. And so what they've done is they've made changes to the phase out. So the phase out, instead of 100,000, it's gone down to 80,000. And then that goes across the board for head of household and for couples. And so they've made changes to all those two. They've adjusted them. So we're going to take a look at what the changes look like. So this is what the House passed about a week and a half ago. Okay, so we had the 100,000. That was the phase out cutoff point. And then 150,000 was a phase off cutoff point for head of household. And then 200,000 was the phase out cutoff point for couples. So now this is what the Senate is changing. So instead of 100,000, we're now looking at 80,000 for individual. We're now looking at 120,000 for head of household. And then we're now looking at 160,000 for couples. And so this is going to affect about 9 million people. Okay, so 9 million people will not receive a stimulus check that received a stimulus check last time because of the changing of the qualifications. And so that's going to be pretty unfortunate. We do have 150,000 or 150 million people will be receiving stimulus checks this time, and they will be a larger amount. So that is good. But you are going to be cutting out 9 million people that received a stimulus check last year. They're not going to receive one this time. So, of course, that's going to have an effect on our economy, not in a positive way because those people won't be receiving checks, so they're not going to be able to stimulate the economy. But that's pretty much where we are right now when it comes down to it. Also, I just threw in here $15 an hour minimum wage. We knew that they were going to be taking that out, and they did take that out. So that won't be part of this next stimulus package. So that's what we're looking at. Now, let's talk a little bit about Mitch McConnell. So Mitch McConnell, he has some issues with this stimulus package. And we know that, right? And his main issue is that he wasn't brought in on this negotiation. And so, and we already know they presented, they didn't actually show us the details, but they presented their plan and said it's going to be $600 billion. You know, the President Biden wants $1.9 trillion and they're offering $600 billion. I mean, it's almost a no brainer. How do you negotiate with someone when they're coming down so low? I mean, it's just like if you're trying to sell something to someone and you want to sell it to them for $100 and they say, you know what, I'll give you $30 for it. That's not, you're not even going to say anything else to them. There's no reason to negotiate. You want to pay $30 for something that I'm trying to sell for $100. I don't even know if you could meet in the middle when it comes to that situation. But that's where we are now. Mitch McConnell did have something to say about this, and he did say this yesterday, so let's take a look at what he said. Here you go.
Not a year ago, we're making extraordinary progress with the rollout of the vaccines. The economy is struggling to get back on its feet and did not ever become as bad as the doomsday projections at various points a year ago. So we think this package should have been negotiated on a bipartisan basis, like the last 5 bills were done. Instead, the new administration made a conscious decision to jam us, to do it one party only, to take advantage of the reconciliation process to try to achieve a whole lot of other items completely unrelated to COVID-19. So we'll be fighting this in every way that we can. It is my hope that at the end, Senate Republicans will unanimously oppose it, just like House Republicans did. And I think it's noteworthy that over in the House, the only thing bipartisan about the proposal was the opposition to it.
Okay, so there was Mitch McConnell, and you heard it. He said, we're going to fight this. Every way we can, we're going to fight this. And so what exactly does that mean? We're going to fight this. And the real sad part about this is they're fighting this, meaning that they're going to try to stall. So they're going to try to throw as many amendments in as they can, as they possibly can, just to kick the can down the road, maybe a couple of days, if they can do that, which is really unfortunate because who suffers? The American people. So the American people are going to have to wait a couple more days if that's the situation, if they have to. And it sounds like the Senate is trying to vote on this week because they still have to send it back to the House. And so with the changes, so the House is going to have to do that final vote before they send it to the president. So it looks like the Senate is trying to get this done this week. By the end of this week, they might even have to work on a Saturday or a Sunday to get this done. But Mitch McConnell, they just want to fight. They want to continue to fight because they don't agree with what's in this bill. However, the American people, the majority of the American people, guess what? They want a stimulus package. They want stimulus checks. But Mitch McConnell doesn't want to give it to them. He doesn't think that they deserve it, I guess. I don't know. But this is what we're looking at right now. We're looking at an opposition that's saying that we're going to do whatever it takes to stall as long as possible. And that is the saddest thing that I can think of when it comes to how are you representing the people in your state, in the state of Kentucky, and in states all over the U.S. are going to suffer a few more days because they just want to stall. They don't want it to just go through. When Mitch McConnell said this himself, elections have consequences. This election has a consequence. It means that President Biden and the leader of the House and the leader of the Senate are now all Democrats. That's a consequence. That's a consequence of losing an election. And you should allow them the opportunity to provide their plan to help the American people. And that's the way I feel about this. But I do want to know what you guys think. So in the comment section, let me know down below. And also remember, we're doing a giveaway on Monday of next week. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. That's where the giveaway will be. And I have rules in the description so you guys can check out the rules so you'll know exactly how to participate. All right, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. Please hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.